Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Hey guys, and welcome back to the Language Tutor Spanish series. So glad you're with me on this lesson because I have another viewer request. I am trying to listen to your ideas and take your suggestions and take your requests and get them on here as fast as I can. I have quite a list building up, so if you've sent me an idea, I hope I'll get to it soon. Well, guys, before we get going, I just want to say a very sincere thank you. I know I say this every once in a while, but I'm just continually thankful for all the donations that have come in for our channel. We've just really felt so much love and support lately for the Language Tutor, and we thank you so much. And, if you want to support us, check out our Teespring shop. You can get a hoodie or a t-shirt. Have breakfast with us with a coffee cup every morning. So also you can just click about right here on the channel and you can see a link there to donate to the channel. We just really appreciate it. Every time there's a donation, it comes right to my phone and I'm so thankful. So I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. And in exchange, we're going to keep things going and keep trying to put out great, helpful content to you here on the channel. All right, guys, well, let's jump into the lesson. Today's lesson is from a viewer that said, hey, can you help me understand what this sea is? What is sea? And when do I use it? Okay, well, you got it. Here we go. So that's what we're going to be talking about on this lesson. Now, first of all, I just want to clarify what sea is. First of all, it is a form of the verb ser, to be. Now, we know that we have two forms of to be in Spanish, ser and estar. And so let's talk about, just as a quick reminder, when do I use ser? All right, so here we go. Here's when we use ser. P-O-P-I-N. Permanent condition, occupation, place of origin, identification, nationality. So basically, anytime we're saying is, am, or are, or in the past was or were, and we're describing someone in a permanent way, like who they are as a person, their attributes, their characteristics. That's when we use ser, not in a location way where we're telling someone's location at the time of the sentence or temporary conditions, okay? So it's their very attributes. And if we're describing an object, it's the very characteristics and attributes of that object. So that's what ser is, a quick reminder. Now, sea can be one of two things. It can either be the subjunctive or it can be the imperative, what we call mandatos, commands. So we're going to take both of those in the few minutes that this not going to take very long to cover this. So it'll only take us a few minutes, but we're going to be able to cover both of those aspects of it in just a few minutes, okay? So first of all, let's talk about the subjunctive. Now remember, subjunctive is, well, there are a lot of conditions under which we use the subjunctive. If you need a quick review on it, go back and watch an earlier lesson on the subjunctive. We use the phrase weirdo to remind us of the conditions under which we use subjunctive. But also anytime we're really changing the subject of the sentence, not necessarily the subject, but who we're talking about, and we're going to put another verb with another person, that's a good way to remember it. So we do that by using que. But again, go back and watch those earlier videos if you need a review. So first of all, let's put the chart up and let's put the conjugations of ser in the subjunctive. Now, I want to say this is present subjunctive. We have different tenses of subjunctive. This is the present subjunctive. So here are the conjugations. The yo form is going to be sea, sea, and it's spelled like C in English, isn't it? Now, the tu form is going to be seas. We just put an S on it. And the el, ella, usted form down here is going to be sea also, just like the yo form. Okay, so sea, seas, sea. Now go over to the plural forms. We have, you can probably guess, the pattern here is seamos. And then the vosotros form, you're probably guessing this one too, seáis. Okay, the accent on the A. And then we have sean. All right, now we're going to use this. Let's try to just keep this in mind. We're going to use these words anytime that verb ser in the present tense is subjunctive. So let's look at some examples of that. How would that work out? I want you to be my friend. And that's true, I do. I want you to be my friend. Okay, so you can see this is a clear subjunctive sentence because I've got I want. Want is going with I. And then I'm turning it around and stating what I want you to do. So now we've got a different verb with a different person. So that's really a very simple, common characteristic of the subjunctive. So it would look like this in Spanish. Quiero que seas mi amigo. Quiero que seas mi amigo. Now you might want to say, quiero que tú seas. You could put tú in there if you wanted, but it's not necessary. Seas, it's the only conjugation of its kind on the chart. So we know when I say seas, you know I'm talking about you. But quiero que seas mi amigo. So I'm saying I want you to be, you being my friend, that's a characteristic of ser. You are my friend. That would be ser. All right. We're not using estar for that. It doesn't make sense that way. Okay, here's another sentence. My mom wants me to be a lawyer. Yeah. All moms want their kids to be lawyers and doctors and things. Okay, so my mom wants me to be a lawyer. Mi madre quiere que yo sea abogado. Mi madre quiere que yo sea abogado. Now notice I put yo in there because sea can be yo, it can be él, usted. So we went ahead and clarified it by putting yo in there. All right, let's look at one more. It's important that they be nice. Okay, we're talking about somebody, maybe a little high school drama, we don't know. It's important that they be nice. All right, es importante que sean simpáticos. Okay, now you might use amables if you want to. That's another good word for nice. Es importante que sean simpáticos. All right, and again, you could throw in ellos before sean if you wanted to clarify whether it's ellos, ellas, or ustedes. All right, now that takes us through the subjunctive part of it. Now let's look at it as an imperative tense mode, command, mandato. Now, if we're giving commands, we don't typically conjugate commands with yo because I don't tell myself to do things, right? I'm typically talking to someone when I'm talking directly to them when I give a mandato. So the tú form of ser would be simply this, and this is a little strange. It would be se, S-E with an accent. But now that's the affirmative, positive. I'm telling you to be something. But now if I'm doing this in the negative, it's going to change. Don't be something. It would be no seas. Okay, the negative turns into no seas. Now, the usted form, I'm speaking respectfully, is going to be sea. Okay, and the nosotros form is going to be seamos. Now, the vosotros form is interesting. Sed. Yes, that's it. But now when we're doing the vosotros negative form, we're going to say no seáis. We're going to put that other form back up there, no seáis. All right. And then finally, the ustedes form would be sean. Pretty clear. Now, let's look at a few examples. I'm looking at someone in the tú form, okay? Somebody casual, informal, and I'm saying, be nice. Be nice. Sé amable. Sé amable. Okay? And of course, there are other ways to say nice as well. Okay? Now, I might say this to a child. Don't be mean. Or maybe an adult. We don't know. Don't be mean. No seas malo. Okay? No seas malo. Now, I might be talking to a group and saying, guys, let's be nice. Let's be nice. Seamos amables. Seamos amables. Okay? All right, guys. Well, that takes us through sea and seas and all of the ser, subjunctive and command forms. I hope you have a good understanding of this verb in the subjunctive now and in the imperative. Hope you can bring this into your conversation. Hey, check out the Language Tutor Spanish podcast and tell all your friends. If you know somebody that wants to learn English and they're a Spanish speaker or Portuguese or French, tell them all about our Language Tutor friends, Jenny and Robin, and tell them to come on to the channel and subscribe, and we would definitely appreciate it, okay? Well, mis amigos, been fun hanging out with you. Hope to see you soon on the next lesson, but in the meantime, I wish for you and all your family and friends paz y bendiciones. Peace and blessings. Amigos, hasta pronto. Friends, thanks for watching The Language Tutor. If you have a question for me, feel free to leave it in the comment section below the video. And please click subscribe and the notification bell so that you'll never miss any of our language lessons.